Hello guys and welcome back to Car Obsession. So I'm sure you will know there's been a lot of buzz around this, the Hyundai Ioniq 5N. And yes, I may be a wee bit late to the party, but I'm here to see what the buzz is all about. So as you can see once more for these test day videos of the SMMT test day, I'm joined by Pocket Rockets. So speaking of which, this is a very brief drive. We've got the car for about 20 minutes or so, and these are very much my first impressions, so this is a first drive. So yeah, it's not a full-blown review. Anyway, so put it into drive, and away we go. So yes, like I say, this is quite a brief drive. Now I will need to cut to some voiceovers to give you some more key information, but to kick off with, depending on what mode you have this in, it's going to offer up to 650 horsepower along with 740 newton meters of torque. 0 to 62, that's the speed limit recognition. We're on a private road, we're all good, we're fine. 0 to 62, 3.4 seconds. Top speed, I believe, is 161 miles per hour. The range, yeah, this is where things get a little bit pear-shaped. That's about 240 miles per hour. 240 miles per hour. So about,
speed. Wow.
Yeah, around 240 miles, give or take, on range.
Yeah, it's pretty woeful.
Yeah. So if you are a regular to my channel, you will know that I've driven the standard Ioniq 5, and I liked it quite a lot, which is saying quite a lot because that's going to get really tedious. Which is saying quite a lot because because I'm not a big fan of EVs, as you know. Now I would try to muck about trying to turn that traffic sign recognition off, but I want to drive the car instead of mucking about with the settings. But yeah, I know that's going to get a little bit tedious. So I've got various buttons on the steering wheel. I've got the Grin Boost, which gives you more power.
Oh my god, I'm not expecting that.
You've got drive modes. I've got Eco, Normal and Sport. And you've got something called N Active Sound Plus, and that has been designed to make this sound like an internal combustion engine car. So I need to get it into the right mode.
Yeah, there you go, ignition.
So that is actually pretty good. So for context, Chris and I earlier, we drove in the Bath 500e, and that's got the sound generator. Yeah. And whilst it's not bad, you can definitely tell it's artificial. But this, hey. Oh my god, no way. I mean, that Hyundai, I would clap you, but I'm driving. But yeah, that is actually pretty impressive. So I've got various different buttons on here. So, right, that's the ignition one. That's one we want. So the other one is just gives you the EV noise. You've also got something called NE Shift, I think is the phrasing. There's various gimmicky names that Hyundai give their names, give their products, and essentially it's to mimic an 8-speed DCT. So we will give it a go in a few moments. I think I need to. There we go. This is the Gran Turismo settings she was talking about.
Oh my god, that's brilliant.
No way. Now one of the things,
this is definitely more dynamic than the above.
Now one thing I wanted to focus on in this video was whether this car would be enjoyable for petrol heads like Chris and I, because the petrol version, the petrol N division is dead. Yeah. So hang on a minute.
That is so corny. I like it. Why do I like it?
It's like a remote control car. And then back into the ignition. So some fun facts for you. This is 20 millimeters lower compared to the standard Ioniq 5. At the bottom of the car, it's 50 millimeters wider, and it's also 80 millimeters longer because of the rear diffuser. So some nice juicy nerdy facts. Yeah, it's got length. Right, chuck it in. God, that corner in. Wow, that is genuinely impressive. It's chucking all of our camera gear around in the boot. I mean, that noise simulator, that is actually pretty impressive. That's quite convincing.
Yeah, it's definitely more impressive than the above.
Yeah, definitely. Another nerdy fact for you, the decelerative force of this car is 0.6 G, which is industry leading. There we go. How's that for a pub fact? So if you own one of these, you can brag to your mates at the pub, oh, did you know my car has got the class leading decelerative force of 0.6 G? I mean, there's a good chance you've got no friends if you're bragging about that, but you can brag to yourself. Brag to your wife if she hasn't left you yet.
From the passenger seat, it does shift weight pretty well, doesn't it?
Yeah. Let's take a break from the driving and speak about the price and what's included. Okay, at £65,000, this isn't a cheap car, but thankfully there is a lot as standard. Actually, there's so much so that I'm going to need to take an extra big breath to go through the features. Okay, so you get LED lights, high beam assist, 21-inch forged alloys, alcantara bucket seats, heated and ventilated front seats, heated outer rear seats, heated steering wheel, 12.3-inch touchscreen, 12.3-inch digital driver's display, BOSE premium sound system, keyless entry, climate control, drive mode and N mode button, head-up display, wireless phone charger, N Active Sound Plus, front and rear parking sensors, reversing camera and smart cruise control. There's also a strong amount of safety systems including intelligent speed limit assist, lane keep assist and blind spot monitoring, to name a few. So this has got something called the N pedal, which I'm not going to muck about with now because, like I say, it's a short drive. I don't want to muck about too many settings, but it replaces the standard car's I pedal, and the way in which it transfers weight is more aggressive.
Okay.
So like I said, I would love to demonstrate it for you now, but we've only got this car for a short time. We're here for a good time, not a long time. So I don't know how to activate that here and now. Oh, there we go. Oh, and he is on dedicated racetracks. I mean, it's just... Right, okay. So, see how this behaves. Oh, hang on. Oh, it can't... Oh.
Because you've got to have it in Sport Plus mode.
Oh, okay. How do we do that? So...
N mode? Put in N mode.
So, N pedals available.
Put in N mode. So
Hang on.
operations.
Or N custom mode. I was in N custom mode.
A few minutes later.
Oh, wow. Okay, let's try this for a bit. So just driving on one pedal now. And we've got the Gran Turismo noise mat. Oh, blimey. All I did was take my foot off the pedal and almost did an emergency stop. So driving on one pedal, not even using the brake now. Oh, this is weird.
I'm impressed with all the graphics and stuff.
I mean,
this is crazy.
Hyundai's got some clever technologies. Granted, their names are very gimmicky. Sorry, Hyundai, but they are. But they do work.
Grin Boost.
Yeah. I mean, that is pretty cool.
It's like they went up to a 2-year-old and go, "Can you give us a name?"
Exactly. But yeah, that is pretty impressive. Right, let's pop it back into the rumbly. Hang on a minute.
There's so much stuff going on.
Too many buttons. Where's the ignition gone?
Where is it? I don't know where it is.
So...
I don't know. No, there's definitely nothing there.
No.
I saw it earlier. Where was it? It's a vehicle. Oh no, drive mode.
N active sound. Right, let's go for N Grin Boost. I'm not even exaggerating. I can feel my cheeks like tensing there. Oh, this is mega.
I wonder why it's not making like this pops that it did earlier.
Yeah. it might need quite an aggressive downshift. That's what it might be. Oh, you can just pin it in the corners. Oh my word.
Crazy. The size of this thing, how it makes it mental.
Yeah. And this car's got this car's got other end products on it, which I will need to probably cut to a voiceover so I can speak about them more concisely with more detail. Ah yes, those somewhat cringy end product names. One of the bits of end tech which didn't get mentioned in this video is the end drift optimizer. Put simply, this is a drift mode that will help you get the biggest skids possible, and there's also a torque kick drift function that goes alongside it. This simulates the clutch kick sensation in a manual rear wheel drive car to make it a bit more authentic. Another feature that didn't get a shout out in this video is the end torque distribution, which allows the front and rear torque distribution to be altered by up to 11 levels. Then you have the end pedal, which Hyundai states is designed to provide an instant turn-in and enhanced throttle sensitivity for improved cornering. There's more though, as you get the end Grin Boost. Yes, these gimmicky names keep coming, but bear with me. This maximises acceleration for 10 seconds, and you've also got the end launch control, which offers 3 stages of traction for your launch. There's much more worth mentioning, but without making this segment too long, let me finish with the brakes. They are Hyundai's most powerful braking system yet. On the front axle, you get 4 piston calipers, which are wrapped around 400mm discs, and on the rear axle you get 360mm discs to give you the best stopping power possible. Pretty handy when it's quite a large heavy car and you've got a lot of power underneath your right foot. I know we're both dyed-in-the-wall petrol heads, but I genuinely think you will enjoy this, because this is pretty awesome.
I think an important question is that if we was to own one of these, say this car for instance, because we're in it now, would we grow tired of it? Like in terms of like living with it, having to the charging infrastructure as part of it.
Yeah.
These noises, would we grow tired of it? Would it get to a point where it's?
I don't know. It's difficult to say. I mean,
I think because we're talking based on being a petrol head.
Yeah.
I think that's a valid question to ask ourselves.
Yeah. But the thing is that as petrol heads, we get bored of internal combustion engine cars. The amount of times where I'm not one of those people, but I see people they change cars quite often just because they get bored.
Yeah, but is that the general consensus of people these days? They get bored very quickly of things.
I think so. Yeah. So yes, I know this has been a very short video. Probably would have been 1 or 2 voiceovers just to talk about the technologies in greater detail, and to cut away from me just gurning like an absolute lunatic. So I'm gonna chuck the key over to Chris so he can have a little play with it. Then we'll have to take it back to Hyundai, because yeah, today is almost finished. Today has flown by. So if you have enjoyed this video and found it useful, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to Pocket Rockets and our joint channel, those 2 car guys as well. But yeah, if you are subscribed, don't forget to click the bell icon so you get notified every time I make a video. But until the next time guys, be sure to keep up the car obsession.